Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back in the Monster Manual, and we're on part 2 of the Centaur. And that's what the art from the book looks like. Here's what we've come up with. Using a hero click and a Dollar Tree horse, and some pieces of weapon, and a poker chip. So, let's start by getting this thing all brown. When I say all brown, we're going to try to miss the rocks some, but we're probably going to get them anyways, knowing me. Get a little bit of water in the brush. A bit of brown paint. Let's get this dude coated out in some brown. Now, I've never really liked Centaurs in D&D, but I'll tell you where I really did like Centaurs. If anybody here has seen that Hercules Legendary Journeys, old school 90s TV, I think it was 90s or maybe it was 80s. Once you get my age, it all kind of runs the same, but it's an old TV show, Hercules Legendary Journeys, and I loved the Centaurs in there a lot. They were very cool. They had good stories involving them. I think there's only 1 or 2 episodes with them, but they had good stories with them. They wanted to be the best. They wanted to be the most athletic, and against most humans, they naturally were. But against Hercules, well, you know what I'm saying? The Herc's the jerk. Now, I thought about trying to do like an Appaloosa or a painted horse or something, but I'm going to be honest with you, I just don't think I'm that guy. I'm not the guy for that job. I think I'm just going to make a brown horse. Sorry if I let you down, but I wasn't super happy with my celestial lion paint job, so I'm not in the mood to try anything too fancy today after doing that earlier. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with a lighter brown. We're going to get our cardboard here, though. We're just going to kind of paint him with some different colors in different spots to simulate that he's not all one color brown, and we're going to hit the ground too and do some of the stuff with the brown. Break that up. Alright. Or wash that brush. Oh, hold on a second. I need to get some soap in this water. Okay. Alright, so let's hit him with the +2 hot air gun of burning. Let's start lightening him up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that lighter color we just used and a little bit of beige. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Mistakes were made, folks. We'll start lightening him up with his legs, all his horse parts. Okay. Let's get that on there. We'll clean that brush out. Let's get a lighter color and kind of paint his torso and stuff with a smaller brush. We'll use my regiment brush for that. So, if you are doing this and you don't like the way this down here looks, what I would recommend is get a piece of t-shirt or some kind of fabric or baby wipe or something. Clean that up. That's how I would do that. I didn't do that, but I also didn't think I was going to hate the way it looked. But now I do. I think a smaller brush. Get a little more control. All right, this is just the dry brush, or the hot air, +2 hot air gun burning. And let's get something to bring this down to a more reasonable flesh tone. Something like that. Let's kind of repaint him. Not necessarily on the deepest spots, but definitely on the surface. There we go, something like that. Let's go back to that smaller brush. Let's hit him with some hot air. We'll put this over here for now. We don't know if we're going to need it again to do touch-ups. Let's see if there's any metallics we have to do. Like maybe that shoulder guard is metallic. Let's get a little bit of tape. We know his helmet's metallic. Let's get a little bit. Let's do that shoulder guard first. And he's got this like weird armband thing here. I guess that's metallic, or it could be metallic. Now, if you watched part 1, we were digging through quite a bit of possibilities as to how this guy was going to be made. So if I'm taking a wild guess that you didn't have the exact same parts I did, or maybe you didn't choose the exact same parts I did. That being said, right now you're kind of in unknown territory, aren't you? So we're sitting here together with no idea what we're doing. And I'm glad to be with you doing it. I'm getting this chocolate bar color. It's like a reddish color. And I'm going to do his little bandolier piece with this. And it's kind of like belt thing. Okay. Now I'm going to come back with a beige, or khaki, I should say. And get his horns on his helmet. All right. Get a brush and get the rock line brushes. Get the rocks on his base now. And we also have some cleanup work to do down there where I was sloppy with some spilled something on it. Let's clean up that brown part on the base. There's also something we need to do with his tail, actually, I didn't think about. Let's do his tail in dark gray, and then we'll come back with a wash or a speed paint or something and give that some texture or some interest. We're going to do his little hooves with that same kind of deal. Look, I just got some gray on his leg. No cleaning that up. We'll just have to paint over it, that's all. No worries. Oops. Yeah, that gray on his leg was inevitable. All right. So I got a lighter gray here. This is called pewter. I'm going to use this to try to lighten these rocks up a teeny bit. Let me get a lighter color. This is called Elephant. I'm going to quickly hit this with the hot air gun. I'm wiping a lot of that off. Then we're just going to kind of touch the tops of the rocks with that a little bit. Maybe if there's a really cool sticky outy part you want to focus on, hit that. Otherwise, we're going to leave those be. So we need to lighten up his that reddish color. So let me dig into the bulks. And this is called Nutmeg Brown. And all I'm going to do is get a little bit of that. And I'm going to try to touch along here and break that up a little bit. Just on this reddish brown. I'm gonna get a little bit of nutmeg here. I'm gonna hit the handle with this. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, what I'd like to do is get some black. Oh, that's satin. That's not what I want. No problem. I got some black right here that's definitely matte. And then this little this little guard here, I just want this to be black. Then I want to go around this little base here, get this outer edge. I'm painting it black too. like that. All right, now, as I said, we're going to come up with some kind of stuff here. So for his antlers, we're just going to use this pallid bone. And we're just going to wipe that on his helmet too. It'll behave differently on the metallic than it will on the tan. And then we'll do that on his armband, but not his pauldron. And then maybe on this little belt metal part here. Then on this wristband over here, we'll do it too. Okay. And then this is called Gravelord Gray. Or no, sorry, Cloudburst Blue. And we're just going to put a little bit of that on this blade here. And on the spike on the bottom, spikes on the bottom. If you think it's a little bit thick, you can just get some water before it dries and drag it around. Kind of get it where you want it. I'm just going to set a little bit of that on the pauldron here too. All right, so there's a weird bump that just appeared on his back. I don't know if we can scrape that off without doing any damage. Okay. It's still a little bit noticeable. So, let's get some black here. Let's do his tail and his hooves. Okay. His flesh seems a little vibrant now that we've got some of these other colors on him. So to fix that, let's get this that we had earlier. Be a little pink, a little white. That's not white, that's like mummy robes or something. Let's hit some of those brighter spots and lighten that up and take away the brightness. Okay. So, let's say, shit upon shit, you paid $1 for your hero click. I know you're finding a better deal than that, because I find better deals than that all the time. Let's say you paid $1 for your hero click, and let's say you bought a $1.25 pack of animals and stole a horse out of it from the Dollar Tree. And you had weapons laying around, most likely, or you made your weapon like I did, and you didn't use any pre-made pieces. You made it from scratch. Okay, you did. The poker chip you could have replaced with a piece of cardboard. And the rocks you found outside. So let's just rough estimate say $2 is what we paid for that. I'm guessing. I don't even know. I'm gonna hit it with the airbrush. Oh, not airbrush. I'm sorry. Hot air gun. We're gonna clear coat it. Oh, we gotta put some flock. All right, so you're getting your cheapy brush, some clear glue. And I'd like to think this dude's in the plains. So I might use a little bit more flock than normal. All right, anyways. Boing. Alright, so this is Doom from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. I am one half the DungeonsWag.com team. And what I'd like you to do is like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon if possible. Share it if you really feel the need. Go to our website, buy some minis. Go to our Discord, show us what you're crafting and what you're painting. We have some discount codes if you're interested in such things available. You can check that out on the Discord or on the other. I didn't do his eyes or anything, but I think we're 40 minutes in on the paint job. It's probably time to call it. So, hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. After the Centaur, it looks like we have the Chaos Beast. Oh, joy. See you for the Chaos Beast. Thanks for watching.